Hi everyone, hello, welcome to Mixed Media Monday, and today we're going to use Peach Whimsy. I am so excited. So we're going to focus on just doing the other half of this page here. When you do only half a layout in your art journal, it doesn't have to be exactly the same on the other side. We're going to do something completely different today than what's here. Just because let's just not paint the same thing. So over, and it'll be fun, over this side here, I'm really excited. I think I'm going to do a little bit over top. I just have to choose which cluster I want to be like my main point on my page. But while I give that a try, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint my background. So I was thinking we'd do a bit of like the blue of the birds and then come in and like try and make the pattern rice paper, the one that's fully patterned, come across vintagey, if that makes sense. I wanted to use Peach Whimsy since Mum designed it, so I've been thinking of ways to use it for like the last 3 weeks. So very excited, you know. Just oodles. Now we don't need the palette for this one because it's going to go straight on the background, but I want it to be a bit of a motley mix. So I'm just going to come in bit down of a dark blue there, and then the light blue. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to put the pattern rice paper there, coming across like that, and then the little what's it called, the one of the bouquet rice papers on this corner here. I'm just still deciding. Right, there we go. Now what we're going to come do to get it nice and motley, we are going to use our stencil brush, and we're just going to come in and stencil it all the way around, really getting some texture in. There we go. Got a bit of blue there, so just, make it look natural. There we go. Now, what are we thinking? Wow, that's blue, but I like it. I like all the little dips and flows. So if I just lift it up to show you, it's very textured. And now let's just get our stencil brush and clean it. The water tub. It's not quite clean, so I'm just going to let it sit in the water tub for a moment. Let it soak and just put water there. Right, well, we are going to heat this just for a few seconds. I don't think my heat tool's going to walk about. And then after we heat it, we're then going to come in and do our next layout, just because I want the blue layer to be separate from the other layers. Where did the heat tool go? Oh, there it is. Found it. Not to worry. Heat tool on the way. Okay, here we go. Oh. Good. So we're just going to come in and dry it now, really close. But not too close, don't want to burn it. Okay. So next step is we're going to come in and put our rice paper down very vintagey. So we're going to use modeling paste to get the vintage effect. The only thing is that I still got a little bit of wetness there. So we're going to come in and grab out a lot of modeling paste and then just work with that because it's going to mix a little bit of blue. I don't want to mix paint in with my actual tub. So let's come in, grab out a fair chunk. We'll need a bit more than that, I think. Just a little bit. Right, there we go. So 3 palette knives worth. Put the lid on there. Close that one down. Spin. Okay, so the one thing we need just to remember here is we don't want to go too close to the spot. Other than that, let's go for gold. So our rice paper is essentially going to stick to any bit of modeling paste we've got here. And then what we're going to do is we're then going to feather it based on where the moisture is of the modeling paste. There. I just don't want to end up with spine damage. I've done a few things in the past that was quite like, why? To art journals. I don't know a lot about how to fix spine damage. Right, here we go. But these art journals are pretty good. Like, I've not really had any get spine damage, apart from the one that I stuck felt in. That was a bit of a moment. Okay, so here we go. So we got it stuck down. Just really pushing it in. There. Now we can see where the white is and where the blue is, which is perfect. So now we're going to get is our paintbrush. I've got a fairly small pointed paintbrush because I don't want to, have my feather too large. Just going to come in and wet around the outside of that white there. So okay, there's that one. Here we go. There's that one. Okay. Now let's come in. Pull these ones off a bit. So just get a bit even closer to where the modeling paste is at the edge there. Okay. Righty-o. Come make sure the edges are stuck down. Takes a bit of effort, but will look good in the end. Right. There we are. So let me just bring you a little bit closer to where we're working. There we go. Righty-o. So now we need to decide on which one of these we're going to use over here. I actually think we should go for either the little bird or the floral one, because the bird on this one's facing the wrong way for what we've done. So we could do the flower bouquet there, I reckon. Right, let me just get a clean paintbrush. Oh, we need to be art journal a little bit for this, and then we'll be good. Sorry about that. Trying to control my hay fever some days. It's a bit hard. Okay, so that one there. Yes. You can decide whichever bouquet slash flower you want when you do yours. It's up to you. I actually might do two, to tell you the truth, do a double layer. So let's just come in your paintbrush and we decide to do this one. And then that one, and now this one here. Okay. There's that one, and now here is this one here. So let's grab out our art journal. That one. Bit on top like so, I reckon. And then first, I think we need is a bit of this pastel blood orange. Oh, wrong side. Bit of it. Maybe a bit of white paint. There we go. There's that one, and then a little bit of orange at the top. Then bit of orange here. Bit of orange there. A bit of orange here. So just done some balancing work. So then when we put this down here, with a bit of gel medium, it'll stand out. Okay, so let's come and stick this down. So we're going to put a bit of gel medium on our creative palette. Not too much, but not too little. Okay. And then we're going to paint the back of our, with our fingers, bouquet with gel medium. Okay. Put it down. This is on our collage paper. Okay, so we've got it down there now, like so. So now what we're going to do is going to grab a bit more gel medium. It's time to seal it. Okay. Oops. Now, let's come in and seal. go. I'm just going to put a bit of the gel medium matte along the edge of my other rice paper that I've already stuck down with the modeling paste along its edges, just because I don't want it to unseal at any time. Okay, there we go. So there's that one there, and then I think it just needs, it might actually need that next one. Might, but first, let's grab that border stencil that I've been having on my desk. Oh, class, where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, right, border stencil. Okay, so with the border stencil, what I want to come and do is put it down, I think about here. And then using the gesso brush, have that there. And then this is the borders one, I believe. Yes, borders one. I'm using. It's got a beautiful, nice, like just fine look to it. It looks very delicate, so it's nice. And once again, with the gesso brush, you don't want gloppy glues on it to do the stenciling. You want a nice thin layer. So we've got that in 2 spots now. So what we need is it in 1 more spot, and I think I'm gonna do it down here, just lightly. So there we go. And left. There we go. And now I still got a bit of white left on our gesso brush. So we're just gonna come in, use it along the edge there, and put it on a tub of water to soak. And now our rice paper's been sitting there long enough for the gel medium to soak it in. We can actually feather it without adding any water. See? Nice and easy. And where is... this one here. And now we're just going to come back in. And add just a little bit more. Okay. There we go. And now can I stick this one down on top. So let's get the white paint. I'm going to use white paint because I want it to stand out, not blend in. Okay, last little step. Ah! Stick it down like so. And then what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to try and lightly blend it out. I've got like the tiniest smidge of little gel medium left here. So I'm just going to come along the edges and pull the edges out. The reason for this is I'll seal just that fluffy edge at the end, which we need to do. But it'll also blend the edges slightly into the background. Making it a little bit better. There we go. And then I think it just needs one last thing, and that is a flick of this deep cyan. Just a little bit of flicking, and then I think we're done. What do you guys reckon? Oh, we could add glitter actually. We need to add glitter before we come in and do the flicking though. So let me just grab the glitter. Here we go. Perfect. Right, so just coming in. There we go. Just a bit of glitter. As you can see. And now let's just come in and use our fan brush. Where did the fan brush go? Oh, there it is. Fan brush, dip in the water. We grab our deep cyan. Grab some more water. Hold it here. On the other page. And then there we go. Now, if you do think that a few of them are too, like, perfectly round, that's okay. You just grab the spritzer or the mister. And you give it like half squirts. And then they deform the little spit. And there we go. I think that's our page done. Thank you all for watching. We will be back next week on Monday for Mixed Media Monday. The other thing we have got this week is it's a usual week, so we've got lots of weekly classes in the Creative Hub. We've got 2. And then we have our Friday Night Live this Friday on Open Facebook if you follow Scrapbook Fantasies. If you're just here for the Mixed Media, we'll be back on Monday. But thank you all for watching. And if you're watching this later, I hope you had fun creating this. If you're watching this now, I hope you have fun creating it later. And yeah, see you all on the next class. Bye. Thank you. Have a good painting week.